You're clip farming?
What happened to being ass? What happened to genuinely sucking at shit in front of people vulnerably?
If you don't know the clip you just saw, I highly recommend checking it out. It's a genuinely well-made clip with an interesting topic. Yes, it's technically not that deep, bro, and you could just post the falling rose emoji, but I think the topic is actually very interesting. But what is this clip you just saw? Well, the clip was recorded when Ludwig was playing the DLC of a difficult game about climbing, a Phodian-type rage game where one mistake can lead to... yeah. During the stream, Ludwig wasn't necessarily playing amazing. He fell down a lot of times, but to his credit, the game is very punishing and he got up every single time. However, the fact that he was failing and his chat making fun of him led to one very important thing: stress. Being stressed means that you become emotional very easily. And then, the final straw. Someone in chat accused Ludwig of clip farming because he was failing at the game. The things he said in the clip was his response to that accusation. And I think the question he asked at the beginning is a very interesting question. Streaming nowadays is a weird and toxic space sometimes where you're not allowed to show any weakness. You need to play perfectly. You need to know every single bit of knowledge. Everything apart from being perfect, and you're either rage baiting, clip farming, have a skill issue, or need to get good. People will make fun of you for not being perfect. Why? Why has it become like that? And by the way, I get it. Some people aren't serious when they write skill issue or omega lol he's so bad at the game, but two things about that. First off, it's hard to differentiate between tone in written messages. It's hard to tell if someone is actually serious or being playful when they write a message. Secondly, there are some people genuinely upset at a lack of skill or knowledge. I also understand that there are a lot of helpful and supportive people who encourage and help streamers even if they fail, but those people are not the main focus of this video. The main focus of this video is people who are genuinely upset when you fail at a video game or are being dumb in front of people while streaming. And I think I have a theory. There are multiple emotions to unpack here. For one, I think people like that are jealous. But what do I mean by that? Let's take Ludwig as an example again. Imagine you tune into his stream, he's playing a video game and he's not doing too well. You know that video game in and out, you have mastered it. Maybe you even uploaded content about the game yourself, and here you are, stuck with 2 viewers, one being on your phone, while he gets thousands and thousands of viewers. How does that make you feel? Most people probably won't care, but some people do. And honestly, this whole creating content yourself situation doesn't even need to be applied here. Just imagine the scenario I just talked about slightly differently. You tune into the stream, Ludwig's still failing at a video game. You think to yourself, this is easy, how is he struggling with that? He must be playing poorly to create engagement. But why is that working? Why is he making money off of being bad at something that is so easy? Maybe those scenarios make those people look more evil than they actually are, but hey. I believe jealousy plays a huge part in online toxicity, especially when talking about bigger and more successful streamers. I of course don't have proof for that, but I'm sure it applies to at least some people. However, there's also another group. People who are just assholes. They're just mean to someone because being anonymous on the internet is giving them power. Do you know this quote from Mike Tyson about social media? Social media made you all way too comfortable with disrespecting people and not getting punched in the face for it. I think that's also applicable in this case. People who spread hate and toxicity on the internet wouldn't say that to the person they're talking about. At least I think that's the case. Being anonymous on the internet is giving them an outlet. They can let their rage and toxicity and jealousy out without having to face serious punishment for it. Is there a way to counter this problem? Sadly, I can't think of a way. Wait, I actually can. I can think of one solution. Be a better person to strangers on the internet. I'm not saying to kiss their asses and do everything they say, I'm just telling you to be more respectful. Treat others like you want to be treated. I know that's a hard thing to do, but I believe in it. You can do it. Coming back to the question at the start of the video, what actually happened to sucking at shit in front of people vulnerably? Honestly, and I know this will be unsatisfying, I have no clue. There's no event that comes to my mind where I can confidently say, this is the thing that led to this toxic online experience where you're either perfect or a rage-baiting clip farmer. It is probably something that has happened in small increments over a large amount of time, but honestly, it is hard to track down. One potential thing is the success of rage-baiting and clip farming. I think it's valid to say that the success of those methods led to more and more people using them, even if they're like doing it on purpose. Also, it could be that more young and immature people having access to the internet is also part of the problem. I don't have evidence for that, of course. I quickly chime in to give my thoughts on the matter after thinking about it a bit more. Maybe this whole internet toxicity thing doesn't even have an event that led to it. Maybe the internet has been toxic from the very start. I kind of doubt that though. There is one event that comes to mind that might be responsible for the rise of online toxicity: the boom of social media in general. Giving people access to let out their thoughts is enabling people to say toxic things. Of course, not everyone is toxic, but enough people learned that even when you say heinous things, you're not being punished for it. Just some more thoughts on this topic. On with the video. Here's my advice for streamers. Be yourself. It's okay to show weakness. It's natural. And here's my advice for viewers. If you are seeing overwhelming, genuine negativity in the chat, take a step to be supportive of the streamer. Of course you're allowed to make fun of the streamer, but please do it when they are actually laughing about the situation as well, or when they don't mind people making fun of the situation. However, even if you're making fun of the streamer, be sure to drop some supportive messages from time to time. Trust me, they can brighten up a streamer's day. At the end of the day, the job of a content creator is to entertain. Some people are faking being dumb or bad at games to farm engagement, others are genuine. But if you're entertained by people being bad at games, why would you care about authenticity or rage baiting if you're having a good time? I hope you had a good time watching this video. If you want to talk more about this topic, let me know in the comments. It's a very interesting topic in my opinion. Please just keep discussion civilized. That's it from me for now. See you in the next video.